welcome to the new season of Heat Sinks. Y'all haven't seen one of these in a while. You're probably thinking, what the fuck? Well, one, I work for a living, so, 40 hours a week doesn't jive with trying to do a YouTube series of any kind. Besides, I've really been focusing on Heat Sinks Tries and the Heat Sinks Arcade, but what I'm going to do is starting this Wednesday, the time you're seeing this episode right now, new episode of Heat Sinks, and then on the opposite Wednesdays, Heat Sinks Tries. Except through the holidays, Heat Sinks Tries are a previous episode. I will stick either in the description or up here or both. Take a look at it. That'll be the last one until probably mid-January. We need to stock up on some edibles and some fabulous beverages again, like normal. So, every other week, every other Wednesday, new episode of Heat Sinks. On the other weeks, new episode of Heat Sinks Tries. We're also going to sit there and try to do 2 episodes of the Heat Sinks Arcade a week. Haven't decided exactly what days I want to do those on yet, but 1 episode a week is going to focus on the old consoles, MAME emulator, stuff like that. The other episode is going to focus on those in the background. Let's try that way. I have finally found a cable for the Wii U that will allow me to transfer stuff from it to the computer. Apparently there is a composite cable available for it. Didn't know this, so we will be waiting for that to come from Amazon. Also, I have a brand new PS3 behind me, and you're thinking, PS3? What the hell's wrong with you? Okay, understand, guys. That's the newest system I've owned. The previous system I owned before that's a Dreamcast, and it's back there, so whatever. But anyway, so 1 episode of Heat Sinks Arcade will be the classics, and we may just retitle it Heat Sinks Arcade Classics, and then we'll do the Heat Sinks Arcade with the newer ones. I think... Nice little jump shot there. That's what happens when your nose itches. Y'all don't want to see all this crap. I think we're going to start off kind of alternating every week with the console games. We're going to do 1 week, we'll do something like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8. The other weeks, I'm going to be starting The Last of Us. Once again, little older game, a lot of fun. They've remastered it for the PS4, so if you got a PS4, it's identical. But I've actually been watching Markiplier's playthrough of The Last of Us, and I was impressed enough that I went and bought one. So, and really right now, the PS3 is a 500 gig PS3. The Last of Us bundle I paid $225 for it at GameStop. So, brand new. So, I'm not going to complain. Besides, the PS3 has a pretty good library. And even though this one is not backwards compatible with the PS1 and 2, I can download those games and play them, or I can just eventually find a PS2 or PS1 and start playing some of those games. And I think we're also eventually going to hit up the Dreamcast as well. So, that's coming up here in the real near future. But let's get on with the show. Okay, y'all haven't heard me really bitch in a while, and apparently a lot of y'all like watching me because I bitch. So, let's do this. Wound up going to Pizza Hut. This is actually being taped on Saturday the 6th of December, and ordered one of their new pizzas. I've actually had a couple of their new pizzas. So far, I haven't been real impressed. I got the original meat brawler, which is basically just a meatball pizza with cherry tomatoes and onions. And their special garlic parmesan crust, which I've got to say the crust is... It's really not that great. Stick with standard crust, guys. Plus, it's sticky. I mean, I actually was sitting there like, what the hell? I mean, the crust was sticky. So, pizza itself was okay. But, Pizza Hut, pay attention. Couple of things. One, when I ask for extra sauce, that means extra sauce. It doesn't, I mean, I want my pizza swimming. This is the 3rd or 4th time in a row I've asked for extra sauce. I didn't get it. Big surprise. I've complained about it before, and I don't ever expect a free meal out of a business, especially, if I've ate the product, I should have complained about right then and there when I took the first bite, but I don't do that. But I will complain because I am less likely to go back and dine with you if you continue to fuck up my order. And that's what this Pizza Hut on 50th Street and Flint Avenue in Lubbock has continued to do, is fuck up my order. So, won't be back anytime soon, or at least not that location. Then comes something that actually kind of pissed me off a little bit tonight. And that is when you have a pizza delivered, and I've stopped that. I don't have pizza delivered to me anymore. First of all, I think it's crappy, on a side note, that Pizza Hut, Domino's, and I think even Papa John's, you're going to sit there and charge me a $2 delivery charge? Really? Are you putting gas in that driver's vehicle? Are you paying for their insurance? No, you're not. You're just being greedy. And most of those guys that are delivering, they're not even paying them minimum wage. They get paid more than server's wage or 213, but usually they get paid less than federal minimum because they're getting tipped out. Those guys I'll tip. But for me to sit there and pay $2 for delivery charge, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so we had a little bit of a technical snafu there. Anyways, as I was saying, so because I'm very anti-delivery charge, it's like if I'm going to tip the guy, then I don't need to pay your company to deliver it on top of that. They didn't used to do this, and I don't want to hear, oh, it was the old days, Ben, or you need to join us in the new century. No, fuck that. Anyway, so I've started the policy of carry out. I'll just go pick it up myself. I'll save myself the $2, and since the Pizza Hut for me is right at like 3/4 of a mile away, I'm not wasting $2 on gas. So, with that said, place my order online, and I get up to the window. One, they can't find my order. What was the name on the order? I gave him my last name. Well, we can't find it. What's the phone number? Gave it to her. Oh, it's under your first name. Really? Okay. So they find it. She takes my card. And this actually bothered me because instead of watching them just, run it through a swiper, I actually watched her key my card in manually, which always makes me nervous as fuck. I've gotten real weird about it because I have been the victim of the Home Depot debacle, so I don't trust people with my card too much. Then her receipt printer runs out of paper. So instead of handing me my card back, because she's already run it at this point, somebody's just got to reprint it, she runs around the restaurant trying to find paper and has my card. Real easy way to use a skimmer, kids. So, needless to say, I wasn't real happy about that. Finally, they sit there, and some other girl comes to the window. Like, have you been helped? Yes, I have. Thank you. What was the name on your order? I said, it's either under Ben, it's under the last name of Height, or it's under my phone number. I really don't know which one anymore. Not that it's even relevant at this point. So finally, they get the receipt paper in, they print my receipts, and ask me to sign it. And of course, there's a cute little line asking for tip, which I mark through, because I'm sorry, this is a carry-out, you're making minimum wage or more to be there, so no tip for you. Especially after you can't find my order, and then you kind of have a little bit of attitude, and you're running around with my card. So, I hand her the thing back, and she just kind of looks at it for a second, and I hear her go, ugh, really? Really? Now you know why you weren't tipped. And then I get home with the pizza, and it was not as I prefer my pizza from Pizza Hut with extra sauce. I didn't get it again. Third time in a row, Pizza Hut. I'm done with y'all. My whole thing is, I don't tip people at McDonald's. I don't tip people at Chick-fil-A. I don't tip people at Taco Bell or Wendy's or Arby's or Steak and Shake, unless I'm dining in. So why should I tip the chick that's handing me my pizza that's not correct, keeps my card, runs around the restaurant with my card? Needless to say, I called my bank as soon as I got home and I just cut the card off. I don't trust them. My bank's going to charge me $5 to reissue the card. That's fine, because Pizza Hut's going to pay for it. Because I don't trust that. That's real shitty. My whole point of this is that, I used to work in the service industry. I was a waiter. I know how it is to live on $2.13 an hour plus tips. You bust your ass for those tips. But the thing is, if you're paid at least minimum wage or higher, and all you're doing is just handing me the item, that doesn't warrant a tip. If you're the delivery driver and you're hauling ass on a busy Saturday or Sunday, it's cold outside, it's snowing, it's a football weekend, whatever, you're busting your ass. I'm going to tip you. I don't have a problem with that. Same thing at a restaurant. I always start at 15% and I either work up or down depending on how the service is. I tip. But there's certain times you don't tip. I don't tip at Starbucks either. No. Those guys are making decent money. You don't need any extra. I even saw a tip jar at Subway the other day. I'm sitting there going, no. It's like this policy of tipping the mailman, tipping this person and that person. No. Nobody tips me for the job I do. Now, granted, I sit around and play with legal papers all day long. I don't get tipped. And I guarantee you, if I put a tip jar out on my desk, my boss would have my ass. So, there's right ways and wrong ways and places and proper and improper times to tip. In short, if I'm doing it through a drive-thru or I'm going in and picking something up, you're not being tipped. That's just all there is to it. You're making... Some of these people are making... I'm not saying they're making perfect money, but I'm not obligated to pay you above what I'm asked to pay. If I choose to, it's out of generosity. If I'm at a sit-down restaurant, I'm going to tip you. If you're delivering something to me, I'm going to tip you. Otherwise, sorry, not happening. Okay, so next up, I'm not going to review music anymore. We actually had a couple of copyright strikes on my account, which I got removed. I appealed them because I was reviewing the songs. I still have one review that is blocked in Germany. I don't really care about what the fuck is going on in Germany. I don't have any viewers in Germany. I've looked at my analytics. Everybody's either the US or Canada. And you know what? That's really just about all the time we've got. If you want to send food and drink item for Heatsinks Tries, shoot me a comment down below and or send me a private message through YouTube and I'll tell you how you can do that, because I have that stuff sent to my work address. I don't need people showing up at my door. No. There's actually a go away doormat up front, so yeah, no. Also, you can now support this channel. Yes, somewhere around here. I don't know where it's at yet, but up, down, off the side somewhere, there's a little button that says, I think it says Support TV 14. Hey, if you want to help out, this show is not free. It's free for you to watch, but it's not free for me to make. I've had to invest, some time and some money into this thing. Like this camera I'm using now, I'm no longer using a webcam. I'm actually using a full-blown 720p camera, not HD. Nobody wants to see me in HD. Jesus, poor bastards. Anybody that would, just, you got other problems. But, the thing is, this show is not free to produce. This show does cost me some money to produce. I'm not saying it costs a lot, but if you like what you see, hey, support the channel. Also, as always, spread the word. Facebook. I don't get on Facebook. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't do Facebook. So get on Facebook. I'm on Google Plus under TatDude806. Haha, link right here. TV14 is also on Google Plus. Spread the word on Reddit. Help me get my subscriber base up. I think I've got a lot of views. Don't have many subscribers. Would really like people to subscribe. So if you haven't already subscribed, just click the button. Please subscribe. I'll have something right down here somewhere, up here, around here, and there's also the little subscribe button down below. Click it, help me get my numbers up, guys, and if you want to support me, great. If not, hey, just keep watching and make comments and spread the word. That's the only way this thing's going to grow. That's it. That's all I got, and as always, thanks for watching.